But right now, Greg, there's actually a kind of a massive debate on the internet with Josh Allen and a guy who used to play with Cam Newton. Do you think people forget how great Cam is? Do you think that's of bashing, Josh Allen? And do you think people kind of just forget about those Panthers years? Because there has been some shade thrown your way and Ted Ginn's way, and it seems to be a little unwarranted and unfair.
You saw it. You had to have.
You know what? I'm glad you brought this up. This is why I want to come on this show, because I don't get an opportunity really to defend myself much. Somehow I did see that video. I think I know what you're referring to. There was a tweet that somebody put up, and it was saying like Cam Newton went 15-1, and the only players worth of shit he had were Ted Ginn and Greg Olsen. I was like, wait a minute, how the hell did I get pulled into this?
Yeah.
Check the numbers, right? Like check the numbers. Hey, listen, Pat. Sometimes you got to be your own best self-advocate now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You got to look up how many guys out there have more catches than me.
How many?
How many guys have more yards than me?
How many?
Yeah, talk your shit, Ace.
There's not a lot. Listen, I think Cam, the argument for Cam can't be that everyone else around him sucked. But I think the argument for Cam cannot be lost in the fact that what he was able to accomplish, the trend that he brought into the NFL in his rookie year that we see now, this offense that Philadelphia is running is very similar to what we were running 15 years ago when Cam first came into the league. The quarterback design runs, the red zone runs, the short yardage goal line stuff, tight end. Yeah, thank you. So, listen, what Cam did in this league, the teams that he took, he took us to the Super Bowl, MVP, 4 out of 5 years in the playoffs. I think people don't give Cam enough credit because in this world where everyone wants you to throw for 4,500, 5,000 yards and throw for 45 touchdowns, that wasn't us. But when you added up his rushing impact, his rushing touchdowns, his impact in short yardage goal line, and his ability to play from the pocket and be a true passer, along with all those other things, I think people forget just how good Cam was, and I think he deserves as much credit and praise as anybody.
What was it? Was it that car accident, that truck that flipped over? Was it after that? When did it? Didn't he get some injury happen?
Oh, yeah, he did or died in that.
TJ Watt got a shoulder, I believe.
He got. Yeah, that's exactly. I don't know who said that, but that's exactly around the time. And again, it's never just like one thing and then you fall off a cliff. He got that injury that year, and that shoulder, he got hit by TJ Watt kind of under the arm. It was injured the prior year. He actually had a ball that got tipped, and he was chasing the guy who picked it. He dove, and he kind of hit. So I think like anyone who played the game the way Cam did, he played aggressive. He played fearless. He was a ferocious runner. I mean, people used to say, oh, Cam takes a lot of shots. The only shots he took were in the pocket because when he was a runner, there was not a lot of guys who wanted to take that big guy on if he was running at you. I mean, he was just a big physical dude, competitive as hell. And, like the rest of us, at some point, your body just doesn't have what it used to have. And that's just sometimes the way it goes.
You know what it is, though? I mean, it's recency bias, obviously. And he was a part of the social media generation, but the very beginning of it, not the end of it. And all anybody ever saw was him at the Patriots and some of the after stuff. Yep. They're not going back and watching not only the games, but just watch the highlights from back whenever Cam was Cam. Because I remember the first time Vinatieri and I saw him, the Colts were playing the Panthers, and I think it was his rookie year. And as soon as he came on the field, he just ran by me and Vinny. And we're like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Look at how big this thing is. Is this real? And then it's like he starts doing his shit. And then we played a couple of years later down in Carolina. It was on Monday night. And that whole place, he was the fucking maestro of the whole city pretty much. Yeah. The fucking Superman song would come on. He would do his thing. And then literally next play, he's diving over for a touchdown. 45-second celebrations. And then the whole city's doing it. And then he's running to the entire other side of the stadium, giving the ball out to somebody. Graham Gano's kicking the extra point. Cam is still celebrating on the field. And he took over an entire fucking city. Yeah. He was must-see television, too. People, forget about that, I think, in this modern era. And you did take some shots. I don't know what that's all about, Greg. It's bullshit.
I did. And I'll tell you what, you just described, your description of that was incredible. Your mind is like a trap because what you just described after a Cam touchdown happened for 10 years straight every single time. That was a pretty remarkable recollection there, Pat. I'm pretty impressed because,
Thanks, man.
I lived it. I saw it. But for you to see that was pretty good right there. 'Cause that's
Rainstorm.
exactly what happened.
Rainstorm that night too. Ted
Night
Ginn was a
Football.
returner. Yeah.
I think that game went to overtime, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I
had a
was that
terrible
15? Was that our Super Bowl year?
You said an illegal pick route to who was off the ball? He used to play for the Jets. Ran to the right. Got out of bounds.
They threw a flag, and then I got the official to pick it up.
Well, that's because you said, I'm going to be commentating a couple years from now.
Yeah.
If I want me on your side or not. Were you just holding that over all the refs' heads? Is that what you were doing, pal?
Oh, hey, sometimes you gotta be. Hey, what did we say before? You gotta be your own best self advocate.
Oh, yeah.